Sure, you gotta do a lot here. Okay, that can do a lot. Oh my god! He actually just killed it. He actually just killed my 8/8 Divine Shield without having to attack it.
Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and as we anticipate the next expansion announcement, which has what is rumored to be the next new class to Hearthstone in Death Knights, I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at the last time and the only time Hearthstone has added a new hero to the game in, well, the Demon Hunter, and how it outright broke Hearthstone. And in my opinion, it almost destroyed the game. And it might also give you an idea of what to expect or maybe what to dread if this new class of Death Knights becomes a reality. It wasn't all that long ago, as you could see this YouTube video dated March of 2020. Yes, just over 2 years ago, the Death Knight class was introduced and we got the prologue and we got a bunch of early access cards to basically add to this new hero that we couldn't quite unlock, but we got a sense of what the class would do, what broken things it could do, and maybe that's something we will see in the next couple of weeks. On April 7th, Demon Hunter was unleashed upon the world, and on April 8th, only a month or so into my YouTube career, look at this guy, look at that stupid face, made a video on Demon Hunter is broken, the balance problem continues. We've always been critiquing Hearthstone, and yes, as you can see, day one Demon Hunter, after it was launched, unveiled into Hearthstone, was one of the most broken things we have ever seen. As you can see in standard, it came in as the best class by a mile at 56.4%, with no other class even coming close to 50%. Even in Wild, where people are like, you won't be able to play Demon Hunter, there's years and years and years of expansions and cards that there's no way one expansion and a couple of extra cards would make a big difference, but Demon Hunter was the top class there as well. And Arena was the most hilarious of all things, with the Demon Hunter class being at a 60%, near 60% win rate, with every other class being below 50%. It was just something we had never seen before. And looking at Google Trends, this expansion, this new class being added to the game, created more hype than we had ever seen in Hearthstone in quite some time. This big spike, April of 2020, is the last biggest spike Hearthstone has ever seen. It dwarfed many spikes seen from expansions before, with only back in like April 2018 coming anywhere close. April of 2018 being the Witchwood expansion, which brought in Gen and Baku, and well, a bit of a decline to the game, as you could kind of see as trends went, and while Demon Hunter gave it a big boost, but the disastrous launch of it and what came to follow created one of the biggest, sharpest declines the game has seen and has never since recovered from, becoming just a very middling, not so popular video game. Demon Hunter was so broken on its launch day that this is the only time in Hearthstone history that we saw nerfs that were received the next day. There were day one Demon Hunter nerfs to 4 different cards. Eldraki Warblades lost to durability. I-Beam could be outcast at cost 0 mana. Imprisoned Anton went from 5 to 6 mana, and by the way, has since been reverted. See 0 play in Wild, so that can tell you what the power level of Hearthstone is these days. In Skull of Gul'dan went from 5 mana to 6 mana. Even with those day one nerfs, the Demon Hunter problem, it continued. All you gotta do is look at your card collection and look at all the Demon Hunter cards that got nerfed in the very first expansion. Battle Fiend went from a 2/2 to a 1/2. Twin Slice went from 0 mana to 1 mana, gaining +1 attack on each slice. Altruist the Outcast went from a 3 mana 3/2 to a 4 mana 4/2. And from the Ashes of Outland expansion, we saw Crimson Sigil Runner go from a 1 mana 2/1 to a 1/1. Kane Sun Fury went from a 3/5 to a 3/4. Again, has since been reverted. Again, doesn't really see play. Metamorphosis went from dealing 5 damage to 4 damage. Orglaze of Azzinoth went from a 3/4 to a 6 mana 3/4, and was since partially reverted to a 3/3, see 0 play in Wild. And Priestess of Fury went from a 6/7 all the way down to a 6/5, and again, since reverted, again, doesn't really see play. That doesn't even mention the cards that were nerfed indirectly that were used in Demon Hunter, like a Frenzied Fellwing. And all in all, in the first expansion cycle of Demon Hunter's existence, it saw a dozen nerfs. Put it into perspective, if you take a look at this graph, I made 9 months ago. There's been balance patches since then, but this was 9 months ago. Demon Hunter at that time was the 3rd most nerfed class in Hearthstone history, despite only existing for a couple of years. So ultimately, the hype that Demon Hunter created, which is not debatable, it created a big spike of interest. Class being such an utter broken, over-the-top aggro pile mess drove the majority of players away and created a ton of resentment, to the point where I've seen people still hating on Demon Hunter to this day for being an unfun and broken class. All you gotta do is search Demon Hunter Zeddy and scroll through, and you see a lot of Demon Hunter issues throughout while its 2-year run. But at the end of the day, I felt like the goodwill, the excitement of that new class was really lost by having it being such an OP, overpowered thing. And to me, overall, Demon Hunter is actually a really cool class that's been added to the game long term. If you look at Demon Hunter in Standard today, there's lots of cool stuff to do, whether it's still pure on aggro, because Illidan likes to go face, but you've got these cool fell strategies, death rattle strategies. We saw the new relics added to the game that are very popular. Even like Token Rush Demon Hunter, which has never really taken off with cards like Coordinated Strike, have been an archetype since day one and continue to see support. If you would ask me when it launched, would I want Demon Hunter in the game? Hell no. That was an absolute abomination. But today's Demon Hunter, yeah, it's actually one of my favorite classes in the game. Now, if you take a look at my class wins, I'm nearing 2,000 with the class, like closing in on classes like Hunter and Shaman, which I have played since, well, the game has been out. And the last time I even hit rank 1 legend was with Soul Demon Hunter, one of my favorite archetypes of all time. And hell, I'll just leave off with the fact that we got one of the best portraits ever in the 1,000 win Demon Hunter Demonic Illidan. That was almost worth the price of admission, but overall, I kind of want to put out a warning. If we do get a new class announced, there is a chance it could be even more broken, more busted, because, well, we've seen how balance testing goes in Hearthstone these days. They're probably going to want to make a Death Knight good if it's added to the game, so be aware. For all the hype that's coming, I think a lot of people are going to be pretty nervous that we might see yet another class absolutely break the game. I'm hoping not, but I also would like the class to be good and fun. They're going to try and do that by typically making things broken and insane. So share your stories in the comments of how Day 1 Demon Hunter and its launch affected you. Did it make you quit Hearthstone? Did it make you come back? Did it do nothing? Or are you a Demon Hunter main out there like Draco Cat? And well, are you nervous about Death Knights coming to the game? Possibly. We'll find out in just a couple of days. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.